I got to work on the beard, and if somebody could tell me if you can hear me talking, that would be very nice, because I can never work out if people can hear me or not. So yeah, we'll just wait until I get the all clear. Not sure if people can hear me. I'll get the chat on. Yeah, so I have been carving this, and I hope everyone is doing well. I think I've got the microphone on. Yes, I've been given. My wife was supposed to give me the thumbs up if the microphone was on, and she just did then, so that's all good. Okay, so what we're going to do is, g'day Amy Jo, how you going? And Mad HFE, hi. Ken, how you going? Loud and clear. Yep, cool. So I've got that noise cancelling mic on, so the quality isn't great, but you can sort of hear me when I'm using the Dremel. Good morning from Mark. Now Mark's, oh, Claire, how you going? Must be about 10 o'clock in France, I'm predicting. Yeah, people are coming in now. So I will start carving this by just sort of like, what I want to do is I want to get a nice crease going through here, and then I will just sort of maybe even this beard out a little bit. And g'day Roy. And then I will sort of go in here as well and just put a bit of more of an indentation. I was looking at this. The side profile isn't great because it doesn't have that kind of mushroom kind of thing. It was kind of like an afterthought to sort of like carve a face in this. So maybe the next mushroom, what I'll do is I'll make it sort of like that shape, but I'll leave like a big sort of like area so I can carve the nose in there. So let's start carving. Okay, so I've got an inverted cone burr on, and these are really nice to sort of get sort of like creases happening and all of that. I'll just zoom in. And I've got a lot of people ask me about speed, and I've got this on about 15,000. And the reason for that is this is quite hardwood, and you can sort of see on the cap there, I didn't mind it sort of burning the wood there because it kind of darkened it. But I quite like sort of like slowing it down for these other areas. All right, let's see if we can get a bit closer. There we go. Yep, Mark, I know that's your favourite song, Mushroom on a Stump. It's one of those catchy songs that you can't get out of your head. The leaves a really nice kind of finish on there. Sort of just putting, I like to sort of try and make it stand out the mustache before I even start carving the beard hairs. And you can sort of take it up to that nostril part there. And do the other side. Oh, thanks, Claire. Yeah, it's taken a while for me to get one of these noise reduction kind of microphones. I think it makes my voice sound a little bit robot-y. G'day, Dancers with Hardbacks. How you going? It's really nice to see everyone chatting amongst themselves, and it's really great to see a lot of people are sort of starting their own YouTube channels now. It's really nice. I found like as soon as I started a YouTube channel, my carving actually got better because I was carving every week, and I just had to make a video every week, and so I was carving something different and thinking about what I was doing and thinking about what I was saying to you guys. And I was watching a lot of other people carve and trying to learn from them as well. And I think my carving has improved quite a bit since I started. I think I've been on YouTube for about 2 years, maybe now. I don't earn a lot of money, but I find it a lot of fun. It kind of pays for itself. Kind of pays for my tools, I guess you would say. Not that I buy a lot. I've only got like a few Dremels. I don't know whether if you started chainsaw carving, whether it would pay for that. But yeah. What do we got here? Mark's doing a book. It's Alice in Wonderland themed. I will send you a picture. I reckon Mark and Amy, those burrs, those T-shaped burrs, would be really great for pages. I'm not sure what you use for them, but that's what I used for those there. I kind of like stuffed them up a little bit, but you know, that looks pretty good to me. But there's two lots you can get. These are the oversized ones, and these are the the smaller ones. So the smaller ones, their shank is I think 3/32, or and this is a 1/8 one, and you get like a variety in each pack. So these are the larger ones. That's the largest one, so you can sort of see against my finger. And everything's in the descriptions to the videos, and they're all affiliate links. I've got to say that. I think I make about $30 a month through affiliate links, but it's really much appreciated because I tend to what to do is I just get a gift voucher and I will buy more burrs with it. So that's all good. Okay, we was up to about here. And I think this wood is actually pine. I think I actually got it from the forest behind where I live. I kind of stuffed up there a little bit, but we'll see how we can fix that. So now I put like an undercut along here. And you'll notice when people get hit by burrs, a lot of the time it's when you're coming up to the end of it like this, and then you'll go over the end. See how it kind of flips around like that. So, and if you like, this is not a problem. This one, because this is just a diamond burr, so it's not going to cause any damage unless you really hit yourself. But say if you had one of the Kutzall burrs on, could cause some damage. And if I've missed any of the comments and you really want to say something, you can leave it in the main comments after the video, or you could just, I tend to go back and I'll read the comments afterwards as well. G'day Ken, Aiden. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good now. Sort of like defined the mustache there. Hey, what vineyard? Have you got a YouTube channel? Cool. There's lots of people on here with YouTube channels now, actually. There's Aiden, Roy's Timber Art, I feel, and Amy Jo's got a YouTube channel. Right, so we've got that kind of sorted out there. And what we can do is we could try a few different methods. Oh, I actually dug this out when I was, does anyone remember this carving? I'll just pan back a little bit. Wait. So this is one that I carved a long time ago. Oh, I've zoomed in, so maybe I'll zoom out. Oh, sorry about that. So this is carving that I did quite a while ago, and this is an Australian Jara, it was a wagon wheel spoke. So I just sort of like carved it. It took quite a while actually, and I sort of like did it in parts. It's been sitting outside, so it's got cobwebs on it. And I quite enjoyed that. It's kind of like a little fairy village. It's got kind of like a tree of life at the bottom. I'll just go through the comments to see if I've missed anything. Just having a look through the comments. Everyone's talking amongst themselves. Cool. Vineyard farmhouse. Might check that out later. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it's looking pretty cool. That is. I might make another one. I've got this massive piece of wood of my neighbour. When I say massive, it's not like it's not the sort of like chainsaw massive, but this is it here. And you know, it's not like Ryan Cook, when he says he's got a massive piece of wood, it's probably like a tree. This is just like a block, like about this big, but it is heavy ass. Listen to that. That's it hitting the floor. I cut a little bit off, and I think it's either gum or Jara, one or the other, but it is super solid. And I would like to make something similar along that line, kind of lines like that, but in that square, and kind of hang it up. Do something like that. Right. Okay, let's get back to carving this. Yeah, it's a big chunk of wood. You sort of like don't realise how big it is until you sort of like, well, how heavy it is until you sort of pick it up as well. Matt, what do you use for fine sanding? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I was thinking of actually doing something about that. So I use, well, I go from, like, I'll do diamond burrs first, but say sort of like these big areas, I'll use this sander, which just goes in your Dremel, like so. I always get sidetracked when I do these kind of carvings. I'll show them how to carve the bed, and then I end up sanding things and stuff like that, which is all good because you want to know how to do things. Okay, so I've got it on about 10,000 RPM, and so this is 60 grit on here, and so on these bigger areas, I'll just move it around like that. Aiden, eucalyptus is pretty hard to carve as well. It's quite a dense kind of wood. Yeah, so I go over it with it like that, and you can actually do a bit of shaping with that as well. You can sort of see here. I'll zoom in there. You got quite a few scratches on the top there, so what I'll tend to do is I'll just go over them like that. And with this one, what I quite like to do as well is I just use one edge, like that edge up the top, and I'll go down it like this, and that will put in a little bit of a curve as well. You just got to be careful when you so like sanding with these things that you don't leave kind of flat spots. But that's what I do for sanding, and I also use hand sandpaper. And I've just got what I find good is a little bit of 180, and so I would something like this. I just use my thumb like that, and go around with it like that, and then I'll probably go on to some 240, and then I've got these spongy. Go out again. Got these spongy sandpaper things. I've got them. That's them there. They're actually made in England, actually, these ones. And you can buy different grits. The great thing about this is they kind of can conform to the shape of the sculpture or whatever you're carving. So pretty much that's what I do for sanding. I do have, I did make some sanding kind of sticks and all of that kind of stuff. I'll just grab them and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, just grabbing them. Not great video, but okay, so these are all my sanding kind of things that I use. To be honest, I don't really use things like that. I haven't actually, I think I used them once, and I've got another packet here of different ones. I mean, like, if you were really pedantic about sanding, you probably would. What I found is this one's actually quite good for getting into skinny places. What this is, I just got a bit of sandpaper. I think this is actually quite good sandpaper. This is 3M sandpaper, and I think this is 320, but that's 400. I go for 320 sometimes if I finish things. And I just put a bit of double-sided tape on there, and I just taped it to a kebab skewer. And so that worked out pretty well. And then I just made these kind of ones and did the same thing. I just used double-sided tape and all that. Yeah, Mark, you probably bought them from maybe the same place I bought these files. Yeah, I find the files, yeah, I don't really use them that much. I find diamond burrs probably the most I use, and a little bit of hand sanding. And I do really like that disc sander. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a link for you, but there is this other disc sander, which I really like as well. And you can sort of see how spongy it is. So it's really good for sort of like getting in to areas, and you can sort of see it's a little bit smaller as well. And I bought that in New Zealand, but it doesn't have a name on it or anything. So Mark is probably the only one who can buy one of these. So, because he lives in New Zealand as well. And yeah, so that's sanding, really. Sanding 101. It's not the most exciting thing to talk about, is it? Right, okay. So let's get on to these beard hairs. Just check back on the... Yeah. Okay. You kind of have to decide what you're gonna, how you're gonna do the beard hairs, whether you're gonna have them quite like fine hairs or just sort of like really big hairs. I think I will go in with a small cutter burr first. Let's try this one. So this one's a small cutter burr. I'll just put some V's in there. See if that works out. Sorry about that. Quite sensitive, the zoom on the YouTube thing. So I don't really care if my beard hair is the same every time. Just kind of look and see if that's kind of working out. Well, that's looking pretty cool. What I tend to do is I'll go in with like a cutter burr a lot of the time and get the real big kind of cuts put in, and then I'll go in with a diamond burr and sort of put in the more detailed one. Try and sort that cut out there somehow. So now what you could do, I'll just do that side first. So you could go in with, I like the inverted cone burrs for this, quite a, with these smaller beads. Right. It's going into winter here in New Zealand. It's quite cold here. Actually, I've had the fire on quite a bit. I actually got called out to a fire last week. Then spent the day putting out a big fire. It was quite good. So if you do ever hear a big alarm go off and then I disappear, I've probably gone to a fire. Probably not going to happen today because it's really wet. So now I'm sort of like going in and just sort of like putting in a bit more detail. Might go deeper in some areas. Okay, so when you sort of start getting up the top, you need to really change the burr and go down to a smaller one. We'll just finish this up first. We'll do that. We'll go on these bottom parts. Right. And try and fix this part up so it's not that obvious. Right, yeah, that looks pretty good. Vineyard. I don't go. I go live maybe about once a week, and usually like it's on a New Zealand Monday, which is everybody else's Sunday. But I was really busy on Monday, so today is Thursday here, and so yeah, I tend to go once a week. Kind of fun, even though sort of like maybe people aren't interested in what you're carving, even if, well, maybe they are, but it's a really good place for people just to catch up with everybody else, see what they're up to. One can ask questions if they want. That's looking pretty good. You sort of want to try and go for the natural kind of look. As natural as wood and here. You can make wood look like here, I guess. Okay, so now I'll go down to a smaller burr. Okay, what do we got here? So this is sort of like the size comparison, so I'll go down to that one. Just so I can put in sort of like hairs going in through this area here. G'day, Lana. Adele. How's everybody going? Right. Okay. And what else has everybody been up to? I've been making a lot of jewelry this week. Been making in my part-time kind of what I do lots of different things actually, but been making these skateboard earrings. So I tend to, what I do is it's a slice of skateboard and I sort of glue the studs on the back and then I'll cut out each individual one and then they'll end up looking something like, well, this is actually a cufflink, so I do cufflinks as well. So they'll end up like looking like that, and on a big disc sander I'll take it back to the edge and then I will varnish it. So it looks pretty cool in the end. So, and yeah, so what is this? This is Canadian maple. Skateboards are made out of Canadian maple, and just reading the comments. Oh, cool. Thanks for tuning in, Amy Jo, and good luck with the wood spirit that you're doing. I know you're sort of a bit worried about the cracks, but I think Mark said adds character, which it does. We've all got a few cracks. So, yeah. And so, yeah, it adds character to us, doesn't it? So, right. Okay, what was that to? Okay, so doing the smaller beard hairs, well, the hairs on the mustache there. Okay, I'll try and zoom in a little bit. Right, there we go. So I tend to maybe shape it a little bit first. You kind of have that kind of shape going like that from the nostril. And then I'll put in a few tiny hairs there. Sometimes you have to turn things upside down to get better access to it. So it's looking pretty good. I might as well do the other side while I'm here. Might turn that upside down again. Dances with Apex. No, I don't stain that wood. That's actually skateboards, and that they actually dye each sliver of the plywood and then glue it together. So it comes like that. Not that you can see it much on the skateboard. You can only sort of see the edges. Yeah, so that's looking pretty cool. A place like this, you see all the kind of like that it's not perfect, but when you sort of zoom out, it looks pretty good. You know, don't look at your work too closely. That's some motto to that. Okay, so we'll go. I think we'll carry on with that mustache on the other side. Use that. Oh, use that cutter burr again. So I think when you're doing carvings like this, it does take a long time, you know, but you know, you just take your time and have fun what you're doing. Details take a lot of time to do. It's just, you know, simple. And I always love carvings sort of halfway through more than once I finish them, because everything's kind of coming together. The great thing about cutter burrs is you can actually smooth a lot of things off. So yeah, Mark, it's pretty cold. I've got a heater in here. My workshop is actually an old sleep out, so it's been lined or insulated. So that's quite nice, but it still gets really cold. And for those who've just tuned in, myself and Mark, we live in New Zealand, and it's winter over here. Mark lives in the North Island, which is the warmer out of the two. Not that it gets really cold here compared to like Canada or anything like that. We have snow occasionally where I live, but it's pretty cold. Okay. So I try and make the lines a little bit curvy. Yeah, you had quite a wet winter over there, I think, in England. We've had quite dry weather here in New Zealand. There's quite a bit of firefighting over summer. That's all calmed down now. This is good. Okay, now we'll use the other burr to tidy that up. What are we at? We're at 36 minutes. That's all good. Just have a look at the comments, see if I've missed anything. Okay. What is the name of the tool that I'm using? This is a Dremel 4000 and it's on a flex shaft. I'll just give you a quick look at it. Okay, so I'll just alter that. Okay, so ignore that one there, but this is the Dremel 4000. It's just a model number for it. It's what a lot of Dremel, well, a lot of the wood carvers use. It's just a really good model for wood carving. It's probably not as powerful as some of them, but it does everything that I kind of want. And when people talk about flex shafts, it's this pit that joins on, and really it sort of makes it a lot easier to use. So you can sort of like use this end, it's sort of like a bit of a pen, I guess you would say. Yeah, so that's the tool that I use, and I just use a lot of kind of different burrs that I put into the end of the Dremel. Right, okay, so let's carve, keep on carving that. All right, okay. So it's still not great weather in France. yeah, gonna wait for that sun to come out. It's probably coming towards the end of spring for everybody except for the southern hemisphere. Right, okay, so you can sort of see I've got a mouth in there. A lot of people sort of ask how I sort of like to carve mouths. I use this one. I do something different every time, to be honest. I used this one and I just went in like that from above. The key is to carving mouths is you sort of like do a little bit and then you see if it looks good and then just sort of exaggerate it a little bit. To get that lip in, you don't carve the lip, you carve under the lip, and I would use something like a little ball, kind of a sphere diamond burr, and like this one here, this is a Dremel wheel point burr, it's called. Okay, you can sort of see under the lip there, so you can sort of like exaggerate a lip by sort of like carving under it a little bit, and then you can sort of shape it a little bit. Like if I wanted to go up a little bit more at the end, I'll just push it in a little bit there. And you kind of want the ends to sort of like go in a little bit. So it's kind of rounding back. I could make it wider if I wanted to. This is a really nice burr for sort of like tidying up as well. You can sort of see that bit there is a little bit messy. So I could sort of like go just really lightly touch it and just go over it like that. I'm really just skimming it here. And so that sort of like tidied that up a lot. That's a bit sharp, that, so I'll probably do the same with the other side. When you get to carving these really small carvings, you sort of like want to go really slowly and you kind of want to go lightly and all of that. What's cool about these eyebrows, as I showed it in the members channel, is how to do it, but like essentially they look quite cool because they're going up like that, and you can sort of exaggerate it by putting a little bit there. Make them stand out a little bit more. Don't carve that, carve above it, so they will stick out a little bit more. Thanks for all the hearts that everyone's sending. Very kind. Okay, getting off track. I was supposed to be on doing the beard, aren't I? Thank you, Grassfeld. Grassfeld. Not quite sure how to say that, but yeah, thanks for subbing, man. Okay. So, and I think I saw another comment. Cool, thanks. I've been using a cheap engraver to try and carve some Kauri Kutzall, but it's really hard to control the flick shaft. Yeah, the flick shaft is very, very nice for control. You must be in New Zealand too, if I'm not mistaken, Ronnie. Okay, so let's carve this beard in here, and we'll try and go in with a really big cutter burr. When I say really big, it's not that big, but it's bigger than that one. Okay. Let's take that on off. And this one on. I should have just it. Yeah, that would be quite cool, eh? I should carve pieces from the Lewis tube. I'm not sure if you're familiar with my channel, but I've carved a few chess pieces, and that's one of them there. That's the king, and that is from the Lewis Chessman, and that one over there. Ooh, trying to angle the camera. That one there, that's the Berserker. And I also did the Queen as well a while ago. Okay, so let's get these beard hairs in. So I'm going quite deep here. I'm trying to keep things sort of like going round like that. No problem, yeah, you got to get your sleep. Looks great though, keep it. Yeah, cheers for that, Grassfield. Sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing your name. Okay, so pretty much I just got that and like that. Might go deeper down here actually. Let's go really deep here. Okay, so you sort of notice I haven't gone all the way up because I'll probably use like a smaller burr for that. So now I will go and probably choose a bigger one of the inverted cone burrs. Right, cheers, man. Right, okay, so here we go. Cheers, Ace. Okay, I'll just zoom in on that so you can sort of see it a little bit better. So you can kind of get deeper with this one because it's a lot narrower than the other one. But what I try and do is I try and sort of have like a different kind of beard style, not too different from the mustache style, so they kind of like look quite different, and so they contrast each other almost. Yeah. Cool. Just started carving myself. Any tips for beginners? Just start off slow. Don't try and do sort of like really complicated stuff, I guess. Even if you just do sort of like engraving, like what's on the table here. I'll just pull the camera out and I'll show you. So even carving sort of something similar to like the skull here. So this is just on my carving table. and so it's flat, but it's kind of got a little bit of a contour to it. Looks pretty cool. And also did this dragon over here. And so you don't have to think about three-dimensionality to your carvings. So that's quite good. And you just need a flat piece of wood, really. So that's quite cool. I've got a lot of I've got a lot of videos on how to do relief carvings. That's what they're called. Any tricks on doing noses? I do noses first in the carving. So this nose, I will go for the profile of it first. So let me see. I haven't got a piece of wood handy, but if you watch some of my videos, what I'll do is I'll go in really kind of hard and try and get that real profile thing happening there, and then I will shape it after that and then put the eyes in. But I'll do a video about carving noses soon, probably, because I tend to just repeat the videos on eyes, noses, beards, those kind of things, and all these different kinds of carvings. Eaton looks pretty bad. I'd start over. Yeah, well, you could start over again if you want. Always good to criticize your own work and see if you're improving or not. So what else have we got? Yeah, that would be quite cool. AA, actually you should do the mystical chess figures, elf style, and figure as a rook. Yeah, that would be cool as well, eh? The problem with doing chess pieces is just so many of them. Right. Yeah, eyes are difficult to nail. But if you look at these eyes, there's not huge amounts of details in them. So the key to eyes sometimes is just like insinuating the eye. So I've really just got a little bit of the bottom eyelid there, and the eyebrows sort of like hide a lot as well. I don't even think so. That random person, yeah, no, I don't let anybody take me down on YouTube. You know, you're always going to get people sort of saying bad things, and that's fine. They have to have an outlet, I guess. Doesn't worry me at all. In fact, if you're not getting those kind of people, you're probably not doing anything, so it's all good. So this is a different kind of eye here. So this eye you can sort of see is a lot more detailed. But the thing is with this eye is it's bigger, so you can put that detail in. It's a bit easier. Yeah, I've got quite a few. Yeah, Claire, I do have quite a few eye carving tutorials. So right, I kind of think that we will call it a day on this one. I think that looks pretty cool. I'll probably like tidy up that a little bit more. And the next mushroom one I will do, I'm going to try and make the face kind of sit on that kind of profile there instead of taking it back like that. And really I need to think about that a little bit more when I first start carving it. Yeah, it is cool, this one. I quite like it because it's got a little bit of character with those eyebrows. I think the eyebrows make it, eh? Yeah, I've never actually done eyebrows that sort of sloped up like that. So, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. I usually put out one video a week on my main channel. And I've got a memberships channel and do a live occasionally as well, usually about once a week. So we will see everybody later, and goodbye and have a great day, everybody. Bye.